So I'm back, and today I will speak in English because the topic today is how to learn Thai. For foreigners who probably know nothing about Thai language or know very little. So it doesn't make much sense, right, if I speak in Thai, because if you can understand everything in Thai, then you don't have to watch my video anymore. You can just go and speak to any Thai people. Yeah. And okay, so first of all, to learn Thai, you have to understand how the language is like. So I want to make sure that we are on the same page. Do you know what Bali Sanskrit is? Like Bali Sanskrit is, basically is the old Indian language, which like Latin in English, like how we have like the root and the prefix and suffix, those languages have huge influence in our language. And yeah, and also Khmer, or the old Cambodian language, which is not really like this day Cambodian language. And, when those languages come to Thailand, they come with religions like Buddhism, and they also bring their own mindset and, how people think in those languages and their history come to Thailand as well. That's why if you trace back, we have like classes. I don't say that we have like caste system in Thailand. We don't have caste system. But anyway, when you speak Thai, you have to make sure that system of, politeness, and I think it's maybe like Asian culture in general, that we respect people who older than you and people who probably, like in a higher social status, and, that's how it works. So you have to make sure that when you speak Thai, it's always better. It's so much nicer, and, it seems very good if you can speak it in a way that polite. Like you always have ka and crap at the end of your sentence. I think it's alright if you talk to your friends and you don't have to like be that polite. It's like when I talk to my friends, I'm not trying to be polite, and like personally I swear a lot. Sorry mom. Yeah, so but you have to make sure that when you know someone, you meet a person for the very first time, just make sure that you are polite, and that's how the language is like. And yeah, what else? Oh yeah, and the gender, like, is something that I have to talk because it's very confusing. We have so many pronouns, like ผมฉันคุณมึงแก อะไร like a lot. And those have to do with the social statuses and your relationship with the person that you talk to, their gender and your gender. Like, I think most of people will probably like heard of it, like ผม is actually I for male. It doesn't matter who you talk to. It doesn't matter that you talk to like a male or female. It's like if you think that you are male, like it doesn't matter that you like gay or straight. That had nothing to do with ผม and ฉัน here. Okay, it's just like if you think that you are male, then you always use ผม when you say I. And for female, yeah, we use ฉัน. But sometimes it's more complicated than that. Like when friends talk to each other, they tend to use something that not that polite. And sometimes some guys, when they talk to their female friends or they talk to like very young kids, they might use some other pronouns like ฉัน instead, which doesn't sound gay at all. I don't know. It's like it really depends on how your relationship is and how those people talk. And okay, let's see what else I have. Like I have the list of the things that I think is important. So, oh yeah. Okay, like that's like the background, the basic background of Thai language. And now I will talk about how to learn Thai, and I think it will really help you learn Thai so much faster. Is first, when you learn a new word, try to understand the meaning behind each word. For example, we begin with, I think most of people when they first learn Thai, they probably know this word, which is สวัสดี. Actually, สวัสดี itself is come from like Bali Sanskrit, like those languages, and it means like good or safe or well in that sense. So one day when you learn Thai that like harder, like the harder Thai, like you hear some small words that have the word สวัสดี in itself, like ขอให้เดินทางโดยสวัสดิภาพ, like bon voyage, like สวัสดิภาพ. This word itself means like safety, well, and that kind of sense, and it have the word สวัสดิ์. So yeah, it's always important. I think it's not that important because, okay, how to say, not every single word can be explained And sometimes to explain every single root of each word might not make much sense anymore these days. But yeah, sometimes it helps, especially the words that are like, very, really very hard. It seems like, oh, like how can people even like come up with this word? Like most of the time, those words are very easy to memorize because lots of times they have like the roots and like prefix, suffix that you can break it down and it will make sense and it's not that hard. But like this day, there are some words that it seems very easy, but it's just like, what'd you say? Like the word te, like if you ever heard that, like te actually just mean like you just got dumped, or like nok actually means that's quite hard to explain actually the word nok. Nok is mean like you like someone like probably secretly, but that person doesn't like you back, and then you feel like shit, like nok, like that feeling. Like you've been friend zoned and that kind of thing. So I think it's like very complicated. I don't even understand like nok, like bird, like why does it have anything to do with got dumped or like got friend zoned? Anyway, yeah, that's why it's hard. Okay, and what else that I think is important is practice makes perfect. I know lots of people complain about tones. And writing and reading like Thai characters seems very hard, especially for the beginners. But tones, there's nothing you can do about this. You just have to listen and then, practice and just speak after them and hope that they will help you, correct your accents, correct your tone. If you just say something like so off the tone that no one would understand you in real life. And I hope that like your friend will help you if you say something like super awkward. Yeah. But personally, I think I'm blessed to be born in the language that have tones, because if my first language isn't Thai, I don't think that I can ever learn Chinese at all. Like now I can speak Chinese, and I've been living in Taiwan for 4 years, and I lived in China for 1 year, so basically I've been like learning Chinese for quite a while. But since the very first time I tried learning Chinese, I can already hear the different tones, and I'm normally tone deaf. If you sing with me, you'll be like, please, can you stop? Like, yeah, every single time when I go singing karaoke with my friend, they're like, are you sure you're okay? Like, you know what you're doing? Have you ever heard of that song before? I'd be like, yeah, I know I'm that bad, but still enjoy singing. So I don't even know how to explain like how tones work. You just have to listen and like just have to try and practice. Like that's why I can't even learn music, because I cannot hear anything. Like my music teacher would be like, okay, what's this? Like can you hear the difference between this note and this note? And I'll be like, no. So guys, go and practice. And yeah, about the characters, still you just still have to practice as well. But actually the reason why I like teaching Thai is actually I think Thai is such a fun language. You know how we have 44 characters, which seems like a lot, right? 44 compared to English, which have 26. We almost have like twice. But the thing is, it's people just don't make up like on this thing. They come with the system that I'm not very sure whether, if you start learning Thai from the beginning, have you ever heard of all this system? Actually, we have the reason why gao gai and then kho kai and then kho kuat kho kwai and all that sense. Like I remember my teacher told me about, actually it's about where the sounds created in the mouth, like ga, ge, ke, ke, zi. Like they put all those sounds together. So that's why, it's coming in a system like this. So if you see like, see the words that the characters that like next to each other, they probably have the sound probably created like in the same area or like similar area, something like that. That's just like the trick. I don't want to like spend the whole video talking about that because it's not the point here. But at least I think you hope you guys get what I mean. And I think people who like learn Thai for like a little bit, you probably understand that we have like the same characters that present the like different characters that present the same sounds, like สอเสือ สอฤาษี and what else สอสารา yeah, and then ยอหญิง ยอยักษ์ นอหนู and that especially when it comes with ตัวสะกด, like the ending of the words, lots of characters which like looks completely different, like ลอเรือ and ลอลิง and นอหนู, they all in แม่กล which like make the ending sounds like N in Thai. And the reason why we have like those complicated system is because those words, those characters come from different languages. Like actually สอเสือ is actually most of the time if you see the words with สอเสือ it means that word come from Bali, and if you see something else like สอบอฤาษี or สอสารา those words actually come from Sanskrit. And most of the time you see something like ยอหญิง รอเรือ รอลิง and like จอจาน those words actually come from Khmer. So I think it's quite fun because you know when you look at the words, when you look at how it's written, you understand, you know where those languages come from. I think maybe long time ago, I assume maybe they sound different. Maybe Salsa and Salusi sounds a little bit different. Who knows? Because it's actually come from different languages. But this day in Thai, when Thai speakers speak those words, it just sounds the same. There's no difference anymore. And I will give you some example. For example, there are some words that actually come from different languages, and in those languages they have the same meaning, but when it comes to Thai, it has different meaning. Like กรีฑา and กีฬา กีฬา with กอไก่สระอี I'll write for you. กีฬา and กรีฑา oh shit, my pen. Okay, if you know what I mean, yeah, my handwriting, just ignore it. At least you know what I mean, like กีฬา and กรีฑา. Actually กีฬา, which is sports, is come from Bali, and Grita is like the racing. Like Grita is from Sanskrit. It has different meaning in Thai, but from their original root, like Gila and Grita, which from different languages, they have the same meaning. And like my name Natcha is Bali. Like how I spell it is in the Bali spelling way, but you can spell it another way, which is still pronounced as Natcha, but it might be Sanskrit or Khmer, so it's very different. And oh yeah, the last thing that I think is you have to understand that please don't worry about accent at all. And I wouldn't say that my accent is the best. Like I was born and raised in Bangkok, so my accent is like Bangkokian, like true Bangkokian, and everybody around my family, we speak in this accent, but it doesn't mean that it's the only accent in Thailand or the best accent. If you prefer the accent from the north or in the south or northeast, then it's fine. It's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that, and it's fine. Like personally, my favorite Thai accent is from the north. Like how they speak like very slow, and like oh god, it's make like they have like all their shit together and they know what they're doing. It's not like people in Bangkok, we speak like quite fast and everything. We have to do everything on time. We have like lots of deadlines, and like traffic is crazy. So yeah, that's how it's like real life situation. So yeah, that's basically all the things that I listed on my list, which I think is important to know for like the beginners. But I wouldn't say that everybody would speak like how I speak. For example, like personally, I think it's very important to always be polite. When you meet someone for the first time and trying to, say ka and kap, but maybe your friends are like much cooler than me and as not as traditional and like, old souls as I am. So they probably like fine with you saying gumung with them, like, since the first times you guys met, that's totally fine. It's just not what I do in my family or, how I talk to my friends. I would consider, normally when I talk to my friends, like, I don't use, well, I sometimes use like all those, like gumeng and stuff, but yeah, when I meet someone for the first time, I won't use that. It's just, it's not my thing, but don't copy me everything and like judge your friends and think that they are wrong. Everybody have like their own way of speaking and doing things, and that's totally fine. So yeah, and I will end the video for like today, like just here, and I think that I hope you guys can learn something new, or at least find that this is useful. And if you have any questions, please let me know, because this is just the beginning, and I really hope that people can come up and like ask me questions, and then we can like talk about something that might be more interesting to you guys. Yeah, okay, thank you. ขอบคุณค่ะ